At the beginning of the drama, we see a couple reality show called Loving. In its dressing room, our female lead Zhao is getting ready with her boyfriend Ye Shu. At that time, a crew member tells Zhao to put headphones on her boyfriend Ye Shu. Hearing this, her expression changes, like she's being forced into this. Just then, the host calls both of them on stage, introducing them as the height difference couple. Now on the stage, the host tells the audience about Ye Shu, a 27-year-old handsome violin maker, whose violin studio is counted among the top studios in China. Then she introduces Zhao, who is a voice artist, and whose dream is to go to Japan, study, and become a big name in her field. But when Zhao comes on stage, she is very nervous. The host starts asking her questions about how they both met, and Zhao's heartbeat gets faster and faster. From here, the story goes into the past, a few days earlier. Back then, Zhao's best friend Tang, who is one of the organizers of Loving, tells her to memorize the details of her fake boyfriend Ye Shu. While Zhao is reading them, suddenly Ye Shu himself comes there. Seeing him, she is shocked, and the reason for this we will come to know later. Zhao tries to leave, but Tang convinces her, saying, "If you sign this contract, with the money you'll earn, you can complete your studies without any problem." Even then, Zhao is not ready. The scene returns to the present. On stage, Zhao nervously answers that she and Ye Shu met in the library. Then the host asks how long it's been since they met. Zhao says, 2 days. Hearing this, everyone is shocked. Behind the stage, Sheng and Tang, who are also show organizers, get worried and think they might lose their jobs. At that moment, Ye Shu quickly takes control. He says, "It's been 6 months and 2 days since we met." Hearing this, Sheng and Tang finally breathe a sigh of relief. Not just that, even the show's viewership starts increasing. Then Ye Shu makes Zhao apologize to him in front of everyone. Zhao is shocked and asks, "Why should I apologize?" Ye Shu pulls her cheek and says, "Because you made me wait too long before meeting me." The audience loves this playful moment and cheers loudly for them. Later that night, after the show ends, Ye Shu is leaving in his car when Zhao angrily comes to him. But before she can say anything, he drives away. Zhao gets even angrier and shouts, "Why did you make me apologize in front of everyone?" The next day, news about Zhao and Ye Shu being a couple goes viral on social media. The news even reaches Zhao's college friend Li and her mother. Li teases her, saying, "Your boyfriend is just a carpenter who makes violins." Hearing this, Zhao's mom gets angry. Meanwhile, Sheng and Tang try to convince Zhao and Ye Shu to sign a contract. According to the contract, they will only remain a couple until the show ends. Since Zhao really needs money, she starts to agree. But Ye Shu puts one more condition. Zhao must apologize to me in front of Zhao refuses, saying, "I did nothing wrong." Tang tries to convince her to think again. Now, we see another flashback from a few days earlier. Zhao had gone to audition for a voice artist role at a studio. Ye Shu was there as one of the judges, along with others. Zhao gave her audition, which Ye Shu actually liked. Later in the restroom, she overheard someone talking on the phone saying, "This answer will be easy for me to get." On the other side, Ye Shu suggested Zhao's name to the other judges. They refused, saying they would hire the last candidate because she was related to their boss. Ye Shu didn't like this unfair decision. Then outside, a staff member announced that the interview was over. Zhao saw the same girl she had overheard earlier hugging Ye Shu, which made her believe he was also involved in the cheating. Angry, Zhao confronted the judges in front of everyone, saying, "We voice artists work so hard, and when we finally get an opportunity, people like you give it to someone with no talent." Back to the present, Ye Shu tells Zhao, "If you apologize to me in front of everyone, only then will I sign the contract." Zhao again refuses, but the next day, she comes in front of everyone with Ye Shu and apologizes. Even while apologizing, she scolds him, saying, "I thought you were a terrible interviewer who only misuses his power. You crush the dreams of hardworking people and give chances to those with no talent. I even thought you were selfish." After saying all this, she walks away. Ye Shu accepts her apology, but still adds more conditions before signing the contract. He says, "After the show, we will not interfere in each other's personal lives. During shooting, you must behave properly. Otherwise, people will think I have bad taste in women." Zhao gets angry and replies, "You need to work more on your personality." Then Ye Shu puts the contract on Zhao's head and signs it. This irritates her so much that she hits him, but he doesn't care. Tang then says they must follow each other on social media and upload couple photos so that everyone believes they are really in a relationship. But Ye Shu doesn't have any social media accounts, so this responsibility falls on Zhao. Tang also says they should meet twice a week to build better understanding. staying, but Yeshu replies, "I'll only give 1 hour of my time." Then he starts leaving. Sheng asks him to drop Zhao home, but Yeshu refuses and walks away, making Zhao angry too. Now we see a flashback from 4 days ago. Sheng had gone to Yeshu's uncle to convince him to join the show because he had already signed the contract with the company. If he broke it, he would have to pay a huge fine, but Yeshu refused. Sheng sat there crying, yet Yeshu didn't care. Seeing this, on the other side, Tang also pressured Zhao to join the show. Zhao was scared of facing so many people, but Tang told her to act like an actress and reminded her that the money could help her study in Japan. After much convincing, Zhao agreed. Meanwhile, seeing Yu Sheng crying so much, Yeshu gave him a test. He handed him a CD with 2 songs and said, "If you can tell me the difference between these 2 songs within 12 hours, I'll agree to join the show." Sheng struggled and went to Tang for help. Tang then called Zhao. When Zhao listened to the songs, she quickly pointed out the differences. Sheng was happy and wrote them all down. When he presented the points to Yeshu, he realized someone must have helped him, but Sheng lied, saying, "I figured it out by myself overnight." In the end, Yeshu accepted defeat and agreed to sign the agreement for the contest. The scene now shifts back to the present, where we see one night, Zhao is sleeping. Suddenly, she sees Yeshu coming into her room and climbing on her bed. Zhao gets scared, but then she wakes up and realizes it was only a dream. She was so restless in her sleep that Tang wakes her up. Tang then tells her, "I invited Yeshu for lunch today on your side." Hearing this, Zhao becomes shocked and starts hitting Tang because she doesn't want to go. But Tang explains, "You are in a relationship now, so you must meet him. And don't forget, your studies abroad depend on this show. You already signed the contract, so you have to go." Tang drops Zhao outside Yeshu's studio, but Zhao is not happy at all about this so-called date. Still, when she finally finds the studio, Yeshu says, "You're 11 minutes late. Now you only have 49 minutes left." Zhao tries to explain herself, but Yeshu ignores her. They go to a restaurant. When the food arrives, Yeshu starts eating without even asking her. Seeing his behavior, Zhao says, "You don't even have manners." Zhao then takes out her phone and tries to click some photos with him to upload, but Yeshu stops her. Just then, he gets a call and goes aside to talk. Taking advantage, Zhao happily eats dumplings. At that moment, Zhao's old college friend Jiang notices her and starts talking. She says, "You haven't changed at all. What job are you doing now?" But Zhao had stuffed too many dumplings in her mouth and couldn't answer properly. Jiang teases her. "Back in school, you were so popular. But looking at you now, I feel bad." Zhao says, "We will talk later." But Jiang continues making fun and even pulls Zhao's cheeks. Right then, Yeshu comes and pulls Jiang away from Zhao. He checks Zhao's face to see if she got hurt. Before Jiang can say anything, Zhao quickly introduces Yeshu as her boyfriend. Jiang greets him, but Yeshu doesn't give her much attention. Instead, he stuffs a big dumpling in Zhao's mouth and tells her not to talk to strangers. Zhao nods. Then Yeshu starts clicking their photos. Jiang, seeing this, quietly leaves. After lunch, when they are heading back, Zhao forces Yeshu to take another photo because the first ones didn't come out good. When he refuses, she clicks a picture of their shadows instead. On the way, Zhao tells him her home is far. Yeshu says, "Then go by bicycle." He rides away on his own bike, leaving Zhao behind. She becomes angry, thinking, "What kind of man doesn't even give a girl a lift?" Somehow, Zhao manages to ride a bicycle all the way home. It was such a long distance that she gets very tired. When Tang finds out, she becomes shocked that Zhao had to ride for 3 hours. Tang asks, "Didn't Yeshu even offer you a lift?" At first, Zhao laughs, then angrily says, "He doesn't even know how to treat a girl properly. I even had to pay for my own food." To calm her down, Tang gives her water and promises, "Until the show ends, I will take good care of all your needs." Zhao finally agrees. Then Tang leaves for a dinner meeting. Meanwhile, Zhao gets a call from her college friend. She tells him, "I can't give you the license today. I'm too tired." On the other side, Tang is at dinner with her seniors and Sheng. Everyone praises Tang because the show is receiving very good feedback thanks to her. After dinner, Tang and Sheng, both drunk, return together and continue drinking at home. They are very happy because the show is going well. Tang remembers their school days, how much fun they had. At that moment, Sheng suddenly kisses her. The next morning, Tang goes back to Zhao. Zhao asks her, "Where were you last night?" Tang lies, "I was doing overtime." Zhao smells alcohol and teases her. "Really? Overtime or party time?" Zhao then asks, "Who were you doing overtime with?" Tang lies again. There were many colleagues there. Not just Sheng. But Zhao has already understood everything. She starts teasing Tang, but Tang changes the topic and says, "You should focus on the show." Hearing this, Zhao gets even more annoyed because she doesn't want to face Yeshu. Tang tried to encourage Zhao to stay strong, then she went inside. After that, Zhao started practicing her voiceover, but a little later, she asked Tang to come with her to the mall because she needed a dress for the show. The shooting, which was supposed to happen after a few days, was suddenly scheduled for tomorrow, so Zhao had no choice but to go with her. On the other side, we see Ye Shu. He was worried because he still couldn't find the perfect voice to match his song's pitch. That's why he asked his worker to arrange another round of interviews. In the test, Ye Shu gave the same task as he had given to Zhao before. Candidates had to listen to his music and identify the difference in the sounds. But once again, no one could find the right answer. The scene shifts back to Zhao, who was looking at dresses with Tang, but the one she liked felt too expensive. She didn't feel comfortable buying it. Just then, her friend Jiang appeared and immediately started mocking Zhao, saying, "Do people like you even shop here?" Jiang even demanded the dress Zhao had just tried on. Since Zhao already found it expensive, she agreed to give it away. But Tang didn't like this at all. She said firmly that they would buy this dress themselves. When Zhao explained who Jiang was, Tang started mocking Jiang back. She teased her, saying that in the graduation photo she looked so bad, but now it seems she has spent a lot on her face. Jiang got angry and argued, insisting on buying that dress, but Tang didn't back down. She decided to purchase it. At that moment, Jiang told Zhao that one of her friends worked in Ye Shu's studio. According to him, Ye Shu never looked like someone who even had a girlfriend. She also added that Ye Shu was going to attend his class reunion soon, but he wasn't taking Zhao with him. Zhao ignored her words and tried to leave, but Tang had heard everything. She loudly said, "Of course we are going to the reunion. That's exactly why we are buying this dress." But when it came to paying, they both realized they didn't have enough money. Tang told Zhao to use her credit card, but this made Zhao upset. She didn't know how she would manage to pay for this expensive dress. Just then, Jiang came closer, so Zhao had no choice but to buy it. Otherwise, Jiang would mock her again. After coming home, Zhao thought about returning the dress, but it wasn't possible. So, she told Tang that Ye Shu would pay for it later. Still, she started worrying about the reunion. How could she even go with Ye Shu when he never planned to take her along? Tang encouraged her. "You should ask him directly." But Zhao was already stressed. At that moment, she got a call from her mom. Her mother talked about a boy whom Zhao had met during her birthday party. That boy had just returned from abroad after studying music. Mom thought he was a good partner for Zhao. Hearing this, poor Zhao felt even more troubled. Her mom was saying this because she had seen Zhao's video from the show. But when Zhao said, "He's not my boyfriend," her mom got angry and replied, "I will never accept that carpenter." Zhao quickly hung up the call. The next day, the shooting for the next part of the show started. All contestants and audience gathered at Park. Today's task was that each couple had to pick a slip from a box. Whatever ride was written inside, they had to go on it. One by one, everyone picked their slip. Finally, when Zhao opened hers, it said haunted house. Zhao was so happy because she had never gone inside one before, but the host warned them that this one was really haunted. Still, Zhao was very excited. According to the task, all couples went to their rides. Zhao, who was showing courage outside, became scared as soon as she entered. The moment she saw a ghost, she started crying. The ghost actor said, "I didn't even do anything yet." Ye Shu quickly held her and led her forward. At the same time, a cameraman also entered to record them, but even he got scared like Zhao. Later, it was revealed that the production team had hidden some couple questions inside. During this date, they would have to answer them. Inside the haunted house, Zhao was moving ahead very nervously, while Ye Shu looked so calm, as if he came here every day. Suddenly, a ghost jumped in front of them. Scared, Zhao directly climbed onto Ye Shu. The audience watching this scene started enjoying a lot, and soon they began to like this pair the most. Outside, Tang was reading the live comments. She quickly told the cameraman to keep the focus on Zhao and Ye Shu. Meanwhile, inside, Zhao noticed that her shoe had fallen off somewhere. Ye Shu went to pick it up, but two ghosts tried to scare him. Ye Shu didn't flinch even a little. He calmly picked up the shoe and gave it back to Zhao. Zhao thanked him, and then they both came out of the haunted house. Now, as per the task, the host asked them a few questions. If they failed, they would have to go back inside. The first question was about the background music that was playing inside. Both Zhao and Ye Shu answered it correctly together. In the same way, they gave correct answers to all the questions and passed the test. The next day, when Zhao was at her college, many classmates started praising her boyfriend, saying how handsome he was, and asked more about him. Just then, Ji arrived and made everyone quiet. On the other side, Jiang went to Ye Shu's studio to customize her violin. The moment she saw Ye Shu, she happily called him Brother Ye Shu. She told him that the other day, when she saw him at the restaurant, she couldn't recognize him at first. She reminded him that they were childhood neighbors before he moved away. But Ye Shu didn't show any reaction and simply went inside, ignoring her. The scene shifts to Tian. She saw Sheng acting too close with a new female colleague. Feeling jealous, she quietly returned to her own cubicle. A little later, Sheng himself brought that new employee to introduce her. Her name was Jen, and she was the new production assistant. After introductions, Sheng took her to meet the other staff as well, but Tian didn't like this at all. Meanwhile, Zhao secretly messaged Ye Shu from her class, asking, "Can you take me with you to the reunion?" Seeing her message, Ye Shu smiled. After college, Zhao was walking home when Jie came to walk with her. During their conversation, he asked if Yeshu was really her boyfriend. Zhao didn't give a clear answer and left. Then, all the show participants were informed about the next theme. This time, there would be an archery round. Whoever scored higher would get their party costume according to their rank. But before starting, two teachers performed a dance for them. Everyone really enjoyed it. Now it was the participants' turn. But Zhao and Yeshu felt nervous about holding each other while dancing. So the teacher came forward to guide them. While dancing, Zhao accidentally stepped on Yeshu's foot. Still, they continued, but their height difference made it difficult. Then came the next step. They had to lift and rotate their partner. Yeshu pulled Zhao a little too strongly, and by mistake, Zhao ended up kissing him. Both of them froze and stared at each other. Meanwhile, other couples also started complaining, saying physical differences were making the dance tough for them too. After class ended, Zhao quickly left. After that, she went to Tang's office. When Tang asked, Zhao told her that she had messaged Yeshu about the reunion, but didn't get any reply. Tang said, Sheng went to bring Yeshu for recording. You should ask him directly. Zhao was shocked. After the kissing incident, she didn't have the courage to face Yeshu. She was about to leave when suddenly a woman stormed inside. It was Zhao's mother. Her mom forcefully asked Zhao to come back home. Tang tried to calm her, but mom even shouted at her. Just then, Yeshu entered. Zhao's mom immediately questioned him about his profession. Yeshu replied, I am a violin maker, but her mom mocked him, saying he was just like a carpenter. She added, in my village, even a carpenter earns more than you by making a wardrobe. You only make small things. Zhao tried to explain, but she strictly said she would never allow Zhao to date a carpenter. At that point, Sheng said, if you break the contract now, Zhao will have to pay a penalty of 1.5 million yuan. Hearing this, her mom was shocked. Yeshu also explained that if Zhao continued the show, she would earn a huge amount by the end, and her popularity would grow. Finally, her mom's tone changed. She allowed Zhao to continue the show. While leaving, she still told Zhao, you must find a decent partner, not a carpenter. In the next scene, after class, she received a call from her mom. She said, last time, when I had a heart stroke, Aunt Zhang helped me a lot, so I've invited her for lunch, and tells her to accompany Aunt Zhang until she arrives. Since she is busy, she agrees. On the way, Zhao enters a toy shop. Talking with the owner, we learn that Zhao often comes here to see her favorite toy, but since it's expensive, she can't buy it and leaves. Meanwhile, Yeshu was also there. After Zhao leaves, he asks the shop owner which toy she was talking about. The owner says he isn't sure since there are many toys. Yeshu then tells him to pack all the toys from that wall. As Yeshu walks out with the suitcase, he sees Zhao going somewhere and follows her. Zhao reaches the restaurant, but instead of Aunt Zhang, someone else is sitting there. Zhao realizes it was all a plan to set her up on a blind date. Chen starts criticizing her voice artist profession and tells her to change it. He keeps insulting. Yeshu, who was listening from behind, steps forward and says, your music taste is really bad. He praises the same soundtrack that Chen was mocking. After that, Yeshu takes Zhao away with him. Yeshu drops Zhao at her home. Then Sheng and others see him dropping her, and Sheng even praises him a lot. But Zhao argues, he isn't that good. He ruined my interview. Yu Sheng doesn't know about this. So Zhao tells the whole story. Sheng laughs and says, he can't have any girlfriend. You must be misunderstanding. The next day, all contestants gather at the archery ground for the task. Each person will get 3 chances to score maximum points. Since Zhao is trying for the first time, she is nervous. Yeshu teaches her how to aim and scores 26 points in his turn, the highest among all couples. Now it's Zhao's turn, but her body posture is wrong. Yeshu guides her closely, but by mistake, this reminds Zhao of their kiss, and she suddenly pulls back. The task ends. In the next scene, all couples then move to the concert hall for the dance. The hall is packed with audience. Backstage, Zhao is very nervous. Soon their turn comes. Yeshu has to perform in a unicorn costume, and seeing him like this, Zhao and the audience can't stop laughing. During the performance, Zhao avoids looking at him, so Yeshu tells her, forget everything and work professionally. Listening to him, she calms down, and they complete their performance. In the next scene, that evening, Zhao wears a blue dress for the reunion and asks, how do I look? Yeshu gives her an F grade and says, you look like a bucket of blue paint. Zhao feels upset, thinking how rude he is, even though she wore his favorite color. Inside the reunion, everyone is happy seeing him with his girlfriend, but some friends mock Zhao's height, which hurts her. She sees Jiang, who joins the reunion. Seeing Zhao, Jiang is surprised and tells everyone they studied high school together. During dinner, Yeshu even feeds Zhao with his own hands, which makes everyone happy. On the other hand, Sheng reads an article claiming that Loving has hired 2 fake couples. This shocks him, and he quickly calls Tang. The scene shifts to Jiang, who is talking on the phone, and we learn she is the one who published this article. Meanwhile, in the car, Zhao takes pictures of Yeshu to upload, but he doesn't smile. She tells him to smile, but he finds it useless. Just then, Sheng and Tang call them to meet quickly about the article. When they meet, Tang says, "The news of you being a fake couple is going viral. We must prove it wrong and show that you two are deeply in love." Sheng suggests they stay at a resort, so reporters can secretly see them spending private time together. Both Zhao and Yeshu refuse at first. Tang explains it's just acting, then both agree. They book rooms at the resort. Inside, Sheng stays with Yeshu, while Tang stays with Zhao. The next day, Yeshu and Zhao spend time together at the resort. Hidden cameras capture everything. This was all part of Tang's plan to spread supportive rumors. Later, Tang convinces Zhao to join the hot spring. She doesn't want to, but has no choice. Slowly, she moves forward. Suddenly, Yeshu pulls her close and whispers, "Reporters are behind us, watching." Then he places her head on his shoulder. Then Zhao sees and is completely shocked when she learns the truth. The girl she thought was Yeshu's girlfriend was all a misunderstanding. The next day, the four of them leave the resort. Sheng thanks Yeshu and Zhao. On the way back, Zhao falls asleep in the car. Yeshu gently helps her sit properly, but she leans on his shoulder. Tang secretly takes their photo, and Yeshu also takes a photo of them together. When Zhao wakes up, Yeshu tells her to check her phone. She sees the photo he sent and gets angry, but Yeshu teases. Sheng and Yeshu drop the girls back at their home. In the next scene, Tang tells Zhao to post their couple photos. Zhao starts selecting pictures and even messages Yeshu for pictures. When he sends them, she laughs looking at them. The next day, Tang discovers that Zhao had gone on a blind date earlier. Now, that man is telling the media, "I went on a blind date with Zhao recently, and she only cared about money." Because of this statement, negative comments start flooding in. The scene shifts to Zhao. She watches her viral blind date video and feels devastated. Tang rushes in, upset, saying, "All my hard work is going to be ruined." Zhao apologizes. "I shouldn't have gone on that blind date after signing the contract, but my mom forced me." Tang says, "For this, you'll have to pay a penalty of 3 million yuan. Zhao is shocked. Tang even starts packing her bags, telling her, "You should run away. I'll handle the rest." But Zhao refuses. She says, "Whatever your plan is, I'll accept it." So Tang says, "Then you have to prove your true love by doing a live stream as a couple." Zhao agrees to it, but Tang still keeps packing her stuff. Zhao, confused, asks why. Tang tells her, "From tomorrow, you will be living with Yeshu." Hearing this, Zhao is shocked. On the other side, Sheng is again convincing Yeshu to help. He tells him, "Zhao knows everything is happening because of her mistake. That's why she wants your help to fix it." But Yeshu still refuses. After that, finally, Yeshu says, "Go and tell Zhao that she must come and say this to me herself." So Yu Sheng quickly calls Tang and tells her, Yeshu agreed. But first, Zhao must apologize to him in person. The next day, Zhao goes to Yeshu's studio wearing a mask. When he asks the reason, she says, "I feel ashamed to face others." Then she removes the mask and goes upstairs with him. While Yeshu is making coffee, Zhao apologizes to him. She says sorry for everything. She keeps apologizing again and again like a child. Finally, Yeshu accepts her apologies and says, "If you are going to stay in my house, there will be some rules." He lists the rules. Every 2 hours, she must work in the house as rent. She cannot go to the carpeted area. She must stay quiet inside the house. And no living thing is allowed inside his home. Zhao agrees to all the rules like a little kid. In the end, Yeshu adds, "If you break any rule, you'll have to do even more work." In the next scene, when she goes to his house, he takes her to her room. When she enters, she is surprised. His house is very big. Zhao says, "In such a big house, I will get lost." Then when Zhao asks Yeshu where the dustbin is to throw the bottle, it was right in front of her. But Yeshu doesn't touch it. Instead, he opens it with a sensor and throws the bottle inside. Seeing this, Zhao gets very surprised. She even starts playing with that dustbin. After that, Yeshu takes her to her room. Looking at it, Zhao says to herself, "This room is exactly like him. No decorative items at all." As soon as Yeshu leaves, she quickly arranges all her belongings. Then she calls him and tells him that tomorrow a videographer will come. He will test in front of everyone during the live stream whether they are a real couple or not. So they must decorate the house like an actual couple's home. Hearing this, Yeshu agrees to help. The next day, before the cameraman arrives, Tang and Sheng come to meet them. They give both of them wireless earphones, so if anything goes wrong during the live stream, they can help them. But Yeshu refuses to wear them. He says, "You just let Zhao handle the contract with me." After setting everything up, both of them leave. A little later, the cameraman arrives along with a host. The host tells them, "We came here to check every detail from the audience's side, so we can find out whether you two are a real couple or fake." Then both of them enter and start live streaming them all the time. But since Yeshu and Zhao were not talking much, the host says, "No real couple lives like this." To this, Yeshu replies, "If you keep quiet, then only we can talk, right?" After that, Zhao asks Yeshu about food. Yeshu replies, "Whatever you make, I will eat." Both of them start making breakfast together. After that, she finishes making breakfast and serves it to Yeshu, but he doesn't start eating it. She feeds him with her own hands, but when Yeshu eats it, his condition becomes worse. Meanwhile, Sheng gets a message from Yeshu in which he says, "Quickly get these two out of here. I cannot tolerate this anymore." Hearing this, Sheng becomes nervous and gives a protection packet from his pocket to Tang, saying, "Now everything is in your hands." After that, both of them leave the cameraman and host outside and go inside to change. But inside, they both get scared because Tang was already hiding there. She tells them to hurry up and change, but Zhao's clothes were in another room, so Yeshu gives her one of his shirts to wear. When they come out, Zhao had not worn pants. Seeing this, the host asks the reason. She says, "I feel more comfortable like this." Then both the host and cameraman go inside their room to check. There they find a protection packet in the dustbin. Seeing this, they believe that these two are really a couple, so they stop the live stream and start leaving. But suddenly, Lai comes there and asks Zhao about her health. Seeing this, the cameraman again takes out his camera. The host asks, "This boy is caring too much for you? Is he your real boyfriend?" Zhao replies, "No. He is just my student. I had to give him some video lessons." Now the host also understands that they truly love each other, so he also leaves with the cameraman. After they go, Zhao finally breathes in relief and goes to her room to sleep. The next day, we see Yeshu waking up on time and doing his exercise, but Zhao keeps sleeping till late. Just then, the doorbell rings. When Yeshu opens the door, there is a parcel for Zhao and him. He receives it and gives it to Zhao, who was dancing in a funny way. After giving it, he leaves. When Zhao opens the parcel, she gets scared. Inside, it was a doll in a very bad condition, and her name was written on it. Later, she goes to college and attends her class. After the class, everyone starts praising her boyfriend, which Li cannot tolerate. So he takes Zhao with him. But just then, Yeshu comes in his car to pick Zhao, saying, "Today we have some work." So Zhao leaves with him, which Lai doesn't like at all. In the next scene, Yeshu takes her for dinner. There, Zhao starts eating with her hands, which he enjoys watching. Then, Yeshu asks her, "What motivates you to become a voice actress?" She says, "Because I love this work, and my dad motivates me." Now, Yeshu also starts eating fish in Zhao's style. Seeing that, she becomes very happy, and Yeshu also enjoys eating like that. After this, both of them return home. The next day, Yeshu's mom and dad come there. Zhao also comes there, and mom makes her sit beside her. Dad says, "It's been so long since we talked with young people." Zhao replies, "But I'm not a child anymore. I'm already past 20, so that makes me middle-aged." Dad laughs and asks, "Then what will you call people above 80 years old?" Zhao smiles and says, "I will call them elders." Everyone starts laughing. After that, Mom goes with Zhao to see her room. She really likes it, but then Mom talks about Yeshu, saying, "He is too strict with his rules. An artist should not be like that. Now I have hopes from you, that you will turn him into someone who knows how to live happily." Meanwhile, Dad tells Yeshu, "You should decorate your house more so that you feel good." Then Zhao and Mom return there. Mom tells Zhao, "If Yeshu doesn't treat you well, tell me." She says, "He actually takes good care of me." After that, Yeshu's parents leave. On the other side, Sheng drops Tang at her home. Before leaving, he gives her a surprise gift. She accepts it and says, "You are really a very good boss." Maybe she says this to stop herself from liking him. The next day, when Zhao goes to his room, she hears some strange sounds from the bathroom. She asks Yeshu about it, but he doesn't reply. This makes Zhao worried, so she goes inside and finds Yeshu sitting down with high fever. She immediately tells him to go to the hospital, but he refuses. So she helps him to bed and makes him lie down to rest. Then she brings an ice pack and gives him water with a straw so that his body doesn't dehydrate. But Yeshu feels cold, so Zhao goes to her room, brings her blanket, and covers him. After that, she starts cooking food for him. Just then, she receives a message saying her audiobook has been listened to by more than 2 lakh people. She also gets invited to the Internet Celebrity Festival. But Zhao ignores all of it, because right now her only focus is to take care of Yeshu. She brings food for him, but Yeshu refuses to eat. So Zhao scolds him, saying, "Don't act like a small child." Then she starts feeding him with her own hands. Zhao also feels happy doing this, but as soon as she goes out, Yeshu starts getting ready to leave for the studio. Seeing him, Zhao stops him and says, "Don't go to the studio today." She forcefully makes him sit back on the bed and checks his temperature again. Yeshu says, "But I don't have anything to do here." So Zhao brings her laptop and starts watching her favorite anime with him. Both of them enjoy it a lot together. After some time, Yeshu rests his head on Zhao's shoulder and falls asleep. Later, she comes to wake him for dinner. Now he was feeling a little better. Both of them eat dinner together. After dinner, Zhao takes Yeshu back to his room so that he can rest. There, she gives him a bell and says, "Whenever you need something, just ring this." The scene shifts to Chung, who is asking Tang about the preparation for their program next week. Tang tells him that everything is under control. Just then, Xing-sang comes and praises Tang's necklace. Yusheng quickly says, "I gifted her this." Hearing this, Xing-sang praises him even more, which makes Tang quietly leave from there. Meanwhile, Yeshu wakes up at night to drink some water, but the jug is empty. His eyes fall on the bell that Zhao gave him. Out of curiosity, He rings it. Hearing the bell, Zhao immediately rushes to him. Ye Shu laughs and says, "I was just testing it." Zhao gets annoyed, telling him it's not a joke. Then, Ye Shu asks her to bring him some water. As she goes, Yeshu smirks. This bell really works. The next morning, Yeshu thanks her for taking care of him. Yeshu tells her, "Actually, I'm not fully fine yet because I don't feel like eating. So, come with me shopping and let's get something good to eat." Zhao agrees, and both of them go to the supermarket. But things there are very expensive, and Zhao can't find what she needs. So she takes Ye Shu to the local market instead. For Ye Shu, this place is totally new. He records everything on his phone like a tourist. But Zhao is familiar here, and even the shop owner recognizes her. The shopkeeper teasingly asks, "Is this boy your boyfriend?" Zhao denies it at first, but then says yes. In the next scene, Zhao in the mall, she receives a message from Ye Shu asking for her location. She tells him she is at a mall with Li. Zhao feels strange, wondering why Ye Shu is caring so much for her these days. Soon, Ye Shu arrives at the mall, but his phone battery is dead, and he cannot contact Zhao. So he goes to the service desk and asks for a missing person announcement. When Zhao hears the announcement, she quickly runs to him, leaving Li behind. Ye Shu smiles and says, "I was just passing by, so I came to pick you up." On the other side, Tang and Sheng are traveling together when they see Jen's car broken down. Sheng offers her a lift since it's hard to find a mechanic at this hour, but since Tang and Jen's houses are in opposite directions, Sheng says he will drop Tang first. This makes Tang upset, but she doesn't say anything. Both were joking a lot, which Tang did not like at all. The next day, after class, Zhao was getting late for Moyu's studio, so Li helps her by dropping her there. But when they arrive, they see that Ye Shu is already there. Zhao gives her audition in the dubbing studio. Even though it was her first time dubbing, and she was quite nervous, she still did a great job. Moyu really liked it and encouraged her, saying that with time, she would get used to this work. Meanwhile, Yeshu was also playing his violin in the office. When Zhao comes out, she sees Li still waiting for her, wanting to take her home. But Zhao tells him she will go back with Yeshu. Lai argues that Yeshu is nowhere around. Maybe he already left. But Zhao refuses and says she'll just go by bus. At that moment, Yeshu suddenly appears, having heard her words. He takes Zhao with him on the bus, while Li just stands there watching. On the bus, Yeshu tells Zhao, "If you really want to study abroad and become a voice actress, then you shouldn't waste time on useless things. Helping Lai with license papers and such small matters will only take you away from your dreams. Honestly, you don't look serious about your goals." Hearing this, Zhao gets upset and replies, "You have no right to judge my life. You live in your palace, and you will never understand my struggles, but I don't want to miss any opportunity. And for the record, I never asked you to come pick me up." When their bus stop arrives, they start walking. Zhao tells him, "If you felt embarrassed because of Li, then I'm sorry." Saying this, she walks ahead angrily. Just then, Yeshu feels someone is following him. Taking his chance, he catches the person red-handed. It turns out to be a girl who admits that she likes Yeshu. That's why she was following him. But when Yeshu asks if she was the one who sent that scary parcel to Zhao, she gets angry and says, "Zhao is not worthy of you." Yeshu then calls the police. Seeing this, the girl screams for help and accuses Yeshu of harassment. Next, we see both of them at the police station. The police ask the girl for proof to show that Yeshu was stalking her, but she has no evidence. The next day, Yeshu goes to call Zhao from her room because they have to go for the shoot, but Zhao is still asleep. After waking up, she quickly gets ready, and together, they reach the shooting location. The host announces that today's couple game will be a food round to test their bonding and understanding. The losing couple will get a punishment. The first game begins. The host calls out body parts, and the couples must touch that part on each other. For example, if it's hand, they must touch each other's hand. At first, the host says left foot. All the other couples do well, but because of last night's fight, Zhao and Yeshu don't even try properly. Then the host says forehead, nose, and knees. But since Zhao is shorter than Yeshu, she fails to complete the game no matter how hard she tries. The audience starts gossiping, saying that last night Yeshu went to the police station because of stalking a girl, and now their fight is affecting the show. Hearing this, Tang gets worried. According to the rules, the losing couple has to get cold water thrown on them as punishment. But when the staff are about to splash water, Yeshu suddenly pulls Zhao towards him, shielding her, and gets completely drenched himself. Later, when they sit in the car to go back, Zhao is watching the news about Yeshu's police incident from last night. Seeing this, she realizes that's why Yeshu had been coming every day to pick her up, to protect her. After that, Zhao then asks Tang for help in finding evidence. Later, Zhao finishes her class and goes with Tang to search for evidence to prove Yeshu's innocence. She finds the proof they needed. After this, both of them go to a bar to celebrate, thinking now all their problems are solved. Then Zhao comes on stage to sing a song. When Zhao finishes the song, Everyone loves it. After that, the two of them drink a lot together. While Tang goes to the restroom, Zhao secretly messages Sheng, telling him Tang is at the bar and asking him to come pick her up. On the other side, Tang also messages Ye Shu to pick up Zhao. So now, both best friends are secretly helping each other's love life. Sheng and Ye Shu arrive outside the bar at the same time. When they go inside, they see both girls completely drunk. Sheng carries Tang, while Ye Shu takes Zhao. Seeing this, Sheng laughs. Ye Shu brings Zhao home, when he lays her on the bed and covers her with a blanket and leaves. In the next scene, while Zhao is in the kitchen, Ye Shu comes in and tells her, "You need to lose some weight." Zhao gets shocked, realizing it was Ye Shu who brought her home last night. On the other hand, Tang had an accident. She is rushed to the hospital and the nurse calls Sheng, since he was the last one talking to her. Hearing this, Sheng panics and runs to the hospital. Then Sheng calls Ye Shu and asks him to bring Zhao to the hospital. Ye Shu tells Zhao about Tang's accident, shocking her, and both rush to the hospital. The doctor asks who among them is Tang's family, since they need someone to make medical decisions. Sheng steps forward and says, "I am her boyfriend." The doctor then arrives and says everything is normal, but Tang just needs rest. Sheng tells Zhao and Ye Shu to go home since it's late, and he stays back with Tang. Zhao then notices she forgot to change her bunny dress in a hurry, and now feels embarrassed in front of everyone. The next day, Zhao then takes Tang's things to the hospital. There, she sees Sheng giving Tang water with his own hands, explaining what items he arranged for her. Zhao looks at Tang happily. After Sheng leaves for office, Tang blushes, clearly touched. When Zhao notices how much Sheng had arranged, she praises him. In the next scene, Zhao brings some books to Ye Shu and tells him about the next theme of the show, first love. Since Tang wasn't there to help, they had to manage everything on their own. Ye Shu asks about her plan. Zhao says, "To build a strong bond, we should know everything about each other. I'll even follow you for a while to learn about you." She asks him to write important information about himself. Ye Shu agrees, and also starts learning about her. The scene shifts to Zhang. She watches Zhao's show video and gets jealous. She calls her father who sponsored the show and complains, asking how he could sponsor such a program. In the next scene, Zhao says to Ye Shu they haven't uploaded a picture together in a long time, so she suggests some locations to go tomorrow, but Ye Shu refuses all of them. Finally, when she asks where he wants to go, he suggests the amusement park. The next day, both of them reach the amusement park. Zhao wanted to go on a simple ride, but Ye Shu preferred exciting and adventurous rides, so he holds her hand and pulls her forward. On the other side, Tang is shown. Sheng had brought fruits and flowers for her. When he goes to wash the fruits, a message pops up from Jen asking when he will come. Tang sees this message and becomes upset. The scene shifts back to Ye Shu, who brings Zhao to a dangerous ride. Looking at it, Zhao becomes terrified. As soon as the ride starts, Zhao shuts her eyes tightly out of fear. Ye Shu laughs and says, "If you are scared of heights, why didn't you tell me earlier?" Zhao answers, "Because you never asked." After the ride, Ye Shu gives her juice and asks why she is so afraid of heights. Zhao tells him about her childhood incident. Once on a school trip to the mountains, her friends pushed her as a joke, and she was left hanging from a branch until locals came to rescue her. Since then, she has been afraid of heights. As they are about to leave, some kids who knew Zhao arrive and quickly get friendly with Ye Shu. The kids ask both of them to join them for rides. They cannot refuse. Then Zhao notices an injury mark on one kid's hand. The kid says it was done by a cat. The kids worry about the cat, so they request Zhao to take it along to care for it. But Zhao remembers Ye Shu's rule that no living being is allowed at home. The kids then start requesting Ye Shu directly. Finally, he agrees, but says only Zhao will take care of it. In the next scene, Jiang goes to her father's office, who was the chairman of the company. There, she meets Mr. Ling and says her father is troubled with stepmother's matters, so she will now handle the company on his behalf. Mr. Ling calls the other department directors to coordinate with her. When everyone gathers, Zhang introduces herself, but she only asks the director of the Loving show to stay back. She tells him that one couple in the show has a very bad record, so they must be removed as soon as possible. When the director checks the file, it has reports on Ye Shu and Zhao. He is shocked and says this couple is currently the viewer's favorite, so removing them won't be right. On the other side, we see Zhao, who had gone to Moyu's studio for voice dubbing, but she becomes a little nervous, so Moyu tells her to take a break. Just then, Lee also comes to the studio to check Zhao's work. During the break, he tells her to eat or drink something. The next day, Zhao and Ye Shu are searching for Kat together, but they don't find her anywhere. Zhao starts panicking and begins to cry, but then Ye Shu finds Kat, though she slips out of his hand, and they both start searching again. On the other hand, Sheng then finds out that they're going to replace Zhao and Ye Shu from the show. He gets very worried and tries to explain many things over the phone in their favor, but the decision was already made. Meanwhile, Ye-shu takes Zhao to the studio with him to show her his working method and to increase their mutual understanding. He tells her that it takes more than 3 months to make a violin. Then he shows her the whole process, and Zhao really likes it. She also tries it, but since it's difficult, he gives her a simple wooden piece to practice on. Just then, he receives a call from the show crew. They tell him that Link Unavailable has officially ended the show. They apologize, saying this was a top order decision. They also tell them that as per the contract, the payment they were supposed to get after the show will be given in a few days. But both of them feel sad because now they won't be part of the show anymore. Then Ye-shu gets a call from Sheng, who apologizes and tells him they don't need to come for the show tomorrow. Zhao says, then we don't need to know each other any further. After that, she goes to meet Tang at the hospital and asks her, is this all happening because of me? Tang says, no, it's not because of you. Maybe someone was jealous of our show and did this. Tang gets very upset and keeps apologizing to Zhao. After that, both Zhao and Ye-shu return to their old lives. Ye-shu focuses on making violins again, and Zhao continues improving her dubbing career. Seeing her skills, Moyu and her seniors decide to give her the main character in the next dubbing project. Zhao feels very happy hearing this. Then Zhao goes to Ye-shu's house. She starts packing her stuff. Her bags are quite heavy, so Ye-shu helps her. Zhao explains how to take care of Kat and says she's written everything down in notes. Ye-shu gives her a gift, and she leaves. In the next scene, when Zhao opens the gift, she finds the same character she used to stop and look at in that shop. She really likes the gift. Then she goes to her mom and tells her how she left the show. Zhao gives her the card and says, I've received the payment from the show. Now you can get your treatment done. Meanwhile, Zhao calculates that after giving all her money to her mom, she has nothing left, so she'll have to earn more. The next day, Zhao takes a part-time waitress job at a restaurant. The owner explains all the work to her. In the next scene, when Zhao reaches home, she doesn't see her mom anywhere, so she tries to call her. But just then, she hears loud voices from outside. When she goes and looks, she sees many people gathered, shouting at her mom and calling her a fraud. Zhao doesn't understand anything, so she asks her mom what's going on. Crying, mom tells her that there was a kind of investment portfolio where she had invested some of her savings, and she did get profit at first. When others found out about her profits, they also asked her to invest for them. So, along with all those people's money, she even invested her entire savings. But when the time came to pay dividends this month, the company gave no response. And when she went to the office, the company was sealed shut. Saying this, mom couldn't control her emotions and started crying. After knowing this, all the people said that tomorrow they would go to the police station and file a complaint. Then they left. But even after that, mom was full of regret for her mistake. Zhao explains to her that this was a financial scam. At first, these people purposely give profits to some investors, so they fall deeper into the trap and invest a bigger amount. After hearing this, mom breaks down crying because now she knows they will never get their savings back. Zhao gives her courage and says, we'll save money again. On the other side, Ye-shu was watching Zhao's video and smiling to himself, as if he also enjoyed staying connected with her. The scene shifts back to Zhao. She sees her mom still working late at night, so she brings her something to eat, but mom was busy calculating their loss. When she finds out the actual amount, she is shocked because the loss was more than 300,000 yuan. Zhao asks how they will ever manage such a big amount. Mom tells her that she had invested all her savings and even the money that came from Zhao's show. Hearing this, Zhao is shocked because mom had lied to her about her eye treatment. On the other hand, we see Tang. After recovering, she returns to the office. Everyone is happy to see her back. While going to meet Sheng, Lu tries to stop her with some excuse, but Tang ignores her and goes inside the cabin. There, she sees Shang and Xin Xin working together. At that moment, she also notices the same necklace on Xin Xin's neck that Shang had once given her. Angry, she storms out and throws her bag hard, making all the employees look at her. Later, she goes to Shang's cabin and asks for leave. Shang doesn't understand her anger, but still gives her leave. Now, the scene comes back to Zhao. Because of her restaurant job, she reaches the studio late, so she quickly starts reading her script. But before she could finish, her boss calls her for dubbing. Since she didn't get enough time to prepare, she makes small mistakes during recording and keeps giving retakes. Her boss gets angry and says, "Do you even want to be a voice actress or not? Whatever problems you have in your life, leave them outside the studio. Don't let them affect your work." Zhao apologizes and tries to focus on her script again. The next day, while working at the restaurant, a couple orders the lover's package. According to the order, Zhao dances for them. Just then, Litton arrives and sees her dancing like this, which makes him very happy. He teases her, "You never danced like this for me." Zhao explains, this is only for couples who order the package. After work, Zhao goes to the bookstore, but the book she wanted isn't available. Just then, Ye-shu also comes there and enjoys watching her. He even helps her pick out a book. When Zhao tries to leave, he stops her, but she slips away from under his hands. While Zhao was selecting books, Yeshu gets a call from the studio saying that there were some changes in a violin order and the client wants to discuss it face to face. Yeshu asks for 2 days' time. Then, he notices that Zhao had first picked many books, but finally decided to take only one. And even that, she puts back. So, Yeshu buys all the books she had selected and follows her outside, asking why she looks so worried. But Zhao doesn't say anything. After that, Yeshu drops her home. Zhao falls asleep in the car, so he gently covers her with his jacket. There, Zhao's mom arrives. But before she notices her, Yeshu takes Zhao with him and drives around the area for a while. When Zhao opens her eyes, she is back home. As she starts leaving, Yeshu gives her the book she had left inside the art store. After reaching his place, Yeshu feels very lonely. So, he sends Zhao a fake message saying that his cat has gone missing. But actually, he hides the cat himself inside the cupboard. When Zhao sees the message, she rushes to help him. But Yeshu is sitting there totally relaxed, which makes Zhao scold him, "You don't even care about your cat." Then she herself starts searching. Yeshu tells her, "I already checked everywhere upstairs, only downstairs is left." So Zhao asks him to check there while she searches upstairs. Worried that she might actually find the cat, Yeshu also follows her upstairs. While Zhao is looking in the room, suddenly she hears the cat's voice. She opens the cupboard and finds it there. Happily, she hugs the cat. After that, she rearranges all of Yeshu's shirts, which the cat had messed up completely. Since her work there is done, Zhao gets ready to leave. But Yeshu stops her, saying, "I need to buy coffee beans for the studio, so I'll drop you on the way." When they reach the cafe, they see Litten already there. Seeing Zhao and Yeshu together, Litten asks her, "Didn't you say things were over between you two? Then why are you still with him?" Zhao explains, "No, it's nothing like that. He just came to drop me here." At night, we see Tang filling out her annual leave form, but she suddenly stops, calls Zhao, and asks her to meet at the beach. At the beach, Tang is lost in thoughts about everything that happened in the office. Zhao arrives and notices Tang's sadness. To cheer her up, Zhao starts singing for her, encouraging her to stay strong in love. Tang also joins her in singing, which makes her feel much better. Tang then says, "I wish I had a power that could let me know what's in the other person's heart." Here, she was talking about Shang. Then, she admits, "But honestly, it's not Shang's fault. It was only me who thought we were in a relationship." Jay replies, "Maybe he's just not meant for you." Tang also agrees. The next day, we see Yeshu calling Yang to his office. He tells him, "I'll definitely attend your birthday party." But Shang puts a condition: Yang must also invite Zhao. Yang agrees. Yeshu was doing all this just so that he could meet Zhao again somehow. When Zhao returns home, she starts calculating expenses. Just then, her mom comes back dressed in formal clothes. On asking, Mom explains that she had gone to meet the lawyer, who told her that they will probably never get their money back. Saying this, Mom breaks down crying and apologizes to Zhao. Hearing this, Zhao also feels heartbroken, but encourages her mom, "We should take this as a lesson." Mom then says, "In this situation, it's not right for you to think about studying abroad. You should stay here and move forward with your life." But Zhao insists, "I still want to try, so that later in life I won't regret that I never even tried." Hearing this, Mom feels proud of her and goes to prepare dinner. Now the scene shifts to Yeshu. He sees Zhao's post about an upcoming cosplay event at her cafe. This gives him an idea. The next day, we see the cafe full of guests wearing their favorite cosplay costumes. Zhao is serving them happily. Just then, Litten also arrives. Suddenly, the host announces, "Today, the Sebastian character will play violin for you all." Everyone claps in excitement. But when he starts playing, she gets a doubt. So, after his performance, she goes to meet him. But he tries to avoid her and quickly leaves. Zhao doesn't give up and follows him. By mistake, she even enters the men's washroom. The cosplayer quickly pulls her inside, and when he removes his mask, it is revealed to be Yeshu. Zhao is not surprised because she had already recognized him from the way he played violin. She asks him why he came there. While they are talking, a cleaner hears voices and knocks, asking them to come out. Yeshu says, "I'm using the toilet right now." But the cleaner is suspicious because he clearly heard 2 voices. So Yeshu quickly says, "I was talking to myself." The cleaner still doubts and tries checking under the stall, but sees only one person, because Yeshu had already pulled Zhao onto his lap to hide her. As soon as the crowd sees the 2 cosplayers together, they start clicking their photos. Now the scene shifts, we see Zhao cycling with Litten. They reach a seaside view, and Zhao loves the beautiful scenery. She asks him why he brought her there. Litten takes out a red pouch and says, "Someone once gave this to me as good luck so that I could always find happiness. But today, I want to give it to you." After this, he confesses his feelings, "I like you." Hearing this, Zhao is first shocked, but then she smiles softly and says, "I feel good knowing that someone likes me, but I've always seen you only as a good friend." Hearing this, Litton feels very hurt, but he controls himself. In his heart, he knows that Zhao has rejected his proposal. Now, the scene shifts to Tang. She checks her phone and sees a message from Shang. He tells her that he has found investors for season 2 of The Loving Show, and he wants Yeshu and Zhao to come back and perform as a couple again. For that, he will need Tang's help. Tang calls Shang to discuss how they can convince Yeshu and Zhao to participate again. Shang also wanted to talk about something personal with her, but just then, Xin comes there. Hearing her voice in the background, Tang quickly ends the call. After this, we see Yeshu coming to pick Zhao from her studio. Zhao is very happy because her work was praised there, and she gives credit to Yeshu saying, "Last time, it was you who motivated me." Yeshu then says, "Instead of thanks, I want something else." So, Zhao promises him, "Whenever you need my help, I'll surely be there." Both of them now go to Yang's birthday party. Zhao gives Yang a handmade gift, which he really likes. Then everyone asks Yeshu to sing a song, but instead of him, Zhao goes up and sings. Yeshu enjoys her song the most. After that, they all play a game of cops and robbers. During the game, Yeshu comes very close to Zhao, which makes her nervous, so she leaves the room. After reaching home, when Zhao gets out of the car, Yeshu insists on walking her to her door. Zhao says, "I never thought you would agree to join the show again. I thought you'd try your best to hide your girlfriend thing from people." On this, Yeshu replies, "I also want to participate." Zhao then warns him, "But remember one thing, during this show, you are not allowed to fall in love with me." Yeshu is shocked and asks, "What are you saying?" In the next scene, Zhao's mom wakes her up saying, "The carpenter has arrived." Here, she was talking about Yeshu. Hearing this, Zhao quickly gets ready. Then, she tells her mom about Loving Season 2 and how she and Yeshu will have to live together again. Hearing this, her mom thanks her for doing so much just for her dream. Yeshu takes Zhao to his house. As soon as they arrive, Zhao happily plays with his cat. Yeshu feels good seeing Zhao back in his home again. When they go to her room, Zhao is surprised to see that Yeshu has arranged everything according to her liking. She feels shocked but also happy, so she lies down on the bed. But Yeshu had some work in the studio, so he leaves her there. In the next scene, Zhao, while dubbing, her stomach starts to hurt. Seeing this, her colleagues send her to rest. There, she tells her, "If you're sick, you should take leave." But Zhao doesn't want to waste everyone's time like that. After reaching home, Yeshu takes good care of her. Next day, during the promotional video shoot, the makeup artist does Zhao's makeup, but Yeshu doesn't like it. He insists on doing it in his own way, according to his taste. Then, their shoot begins. It was supposed to show their daily life. From the very start, both of them act like a real couple in front of everyone. After the shoot, Shang comes to meet them. There, Zhao asks him about Tang. Is she facing any problem at work? Shang replies, "No, she just thinks too much about work." Zhao suggests, "Maybe it's not just about work. You should meet her and talk directly." The shoot starts again. This time, Zhao and Yeshu sit on a swing, holding hands, talking like a normal couple. In between, Yeshu teases her, saying, "It seems you like talking to Shang more." Zhao feels shocked. Was he really keeping an eye on her even during the shoot? In the next shot, Zhao had to kiss Yeshu on his face. But because of his height, she couldn't reach. So Yeshu bends down in front of her. Still, Zhao is too nervous. Then, Yeshu tells her, "Close your eyes." And suddenly, he kisses her. Zhao gets stunned again. After the shoot, Zhao receives a call from her mom. She tells her, "I fell down while working at home, and I'm in a lot of pain." Zhao panics, so Yeshu drops her home. Seeing her mom's condition, Yeshu says, "Let's go to the hospital." But since mom has trouble walking, Yeshu lifts her on his back and takes her there. At the hospital, while mom gets treatment, Yeshu completes all the formalities, but Zhao keeps worrying about the hospital fees. Yeshu says, "Don't worry, I'll handle it." Zhao thanks him and promises to return the money soon. Meanwhile, Shang calls Yeshu and tells him, "Our promotional video is ready." But instead of talking about that, Yeshu gives him advice. If you like someone, go and confess to them. Hearing this from Yeshu for the first time, Shang gets shocked. After that, at home, Yeshu explains, "Maybe another promotional video will be made, so we should stay prepared." Zhao agrees, and they start practicing together. While practicing, Yeshu tells her, "Never call me by my full name. Call me sweetly." So Zhao keeps practicing, calling his name again and again. This makes Yeshu very happy, and then he also starts calling her sweetly. At first, Zhao feels a bit awkward, but slowly she adjusts. Then, Yeshu says, "We should know at least one secret about each other. That way, if such a situation comes again, we'll be prepared." He asks her, "Do you like anyone?" Jai replies, "Yes, Alan." Just then, the lights go off. Zhao quickly brings a candle because Yeshu is scared of darkness. Then, Yeshu asks her about Alan. Zhao excitedly tells him, "He's the best composer. He worked in many cartoons. I admire him a lot, but I never got a chance to meet him. I don't even have much information about him." While she keeps praising Alan, the lights come back. Later, when Yeshu is watching TV, Zhao comes back. Then Yeshu shows her a message from the show's director. It says that for the next promo, they'll need to wear ancient costumes. Yeshu says, "This is all for the promotion. We must be extra careful." Zhao thanks him. "If you weren't here, I wouldn't be able to handle all this." But instead of thanks, Yeshu wants something else. He comes closer to her. Zhao gets nervous, steps back and says, "It's better if we focus on our work." Next day, Zhao goes with Moi for the audition of a popular anime movie dubbing. Suddenly, a nervous girl comes to her and requests, "Please switch your slot with me. I'm too scared to go first." Zhao agrees and changes her slip. But when she opens it, she gets shocked. Now she has to go first. At that moment, she receives a message from Yeshu, wishing her best of luck for the audition. Meanwhile, Zhang comes there, recording the interviews. She notices Zhao. Soon, Zhao's group is called for audition. Inside the studio, the director introduces her to the famous composer, Alan. Hearing the name, Zhao gets stunned because she's his biggest fan. But when she sees Alan's face, she gets shocked again. It was none other than Yeshu himself. The audition begins. Due to a system problem, they are asked to repeat their dialogues. They do it successfully. After the audition, when everyone comes outside, Zhang only interviews Lu Sen. When Zhao tries to talk, Zhang ignores her and leaves. Later, Shan comments, maybe Zhao already had some discussion with the judges. That's why they'll select her. Zhang overhears this. After all auditions, the qualifiers list is announced. At that time, Zhang accuses Zhao. She used her personal connections to clear this round. Just then, Yeshu enters and says, "Our audition was completely transparent. No one needs to worry." The director also confirms, when Team 1 auditioned, Yeshu noticed the technical fault in the system. But even then, Zhao handled everything so well, that's why she got selected. Hearing this, Zhao feels surprised, but Zhang still thinks Zhao got selected only because she's Yeshu's girlfriend. Even the director looks shocked to know they're a couple and says, "I myself didn't know this." So there's no question of bias here. Zhang gets embarrassed in front of everyone and leaves angrily. Zhao also quickly leaves the place, but Yeshu follows her. Then she tries to run away, but in between she falls down. When Yeshu was about to help her, she stops him. Now Zhao somehow stands up, but her heels were broken. Seeing this, he throws them into the dustbin and tells her to climb on his back. So Zhao had no other choice, because without heels she couldn't walk properly. After coming home, Zhao was really happy, because now she knew the truth that Yeshu is actually Alan. In the next scene, Zhao and Yeshu were shooting a promotional video for the show, wearing ancient costumes. When the scene cuts, Zhao starts to go change, but Yeshu stops her, looks at her and asks, "Who am I?" She replies, "You are Yeshu." He was doing this only so that she would treat him as Yeshu, not as Alan, just like before. When Yeshu returns home, he sees Zhao with her bag, as if she was leaving. On asking, she tells him that she is going to another city to attend a lecture by a famous voice actress, which will be after 2 days. Then Yeshu reminds her that after 2 days, their final shoot is also there. She promises him that she will reach on time. Just then, Zhao gets a call from Moyu, who tells her that they have studio work that same day. So Zhao has to cancel her plan, and upset, she goes back to her room. In the next scene, we see Yeshue going to meet Kong Mia, whose lecture Zhao had missed because of work. From their talk, it seems that they already know each other. So Yeshu shows her some of Zhao's dubbing work to get good guidance for her. He even records Zhao's voice to show later. When Kong Mia listens to Zhao's dubbing, she likes it a lot and feels that Zhao is a professional artist. Then Yeshu asks her for some tips so Zhao can improve even more, and he records everything to show Zhao later. At that time, Kong Mia asks him, "Is Zhao so important to you?" To which Yeshu replies, "I always want to take care of her. I don't know why, but I feel like her emotions are starting to affect me." These words also get recorded. Meanwhile, Zhao texts Yesue, asking him to come with her to the show, because today was the last day. After recording Kong Mia's words, when Yesue leaves, he notices his car battery is about to die. Then he sees Zhao's message and replies that he will come directly to the show. Just then, he sees a child about to be hit by a car while crossing the road. He jumps in and saves the child. After that, he even stops the car and waits until the police arrive. But while going back, he starts feeling dizzy because he had hurt his head while saving the child. His condition worsens, so he comes out of the car and asks a passing girl for help. But the girl thinks he is just making excuses to impress her, so she only gives him her number on a slipper and leaves. Immediately after, he faints. On the other side, Zhao is waiting for Yeshu at the show, but he is neither replying to her messages nor answering her calls. Just then, Shang comes, panicked, because the live telecast was about to start. So he asks Zhao to go on stage alone, but she refuses, saying, I won't go without him. Then she asks Shang to find out the emergency situation to get information about Ye Shui. The scene now shifts to Ye Shui, who had been taken to the hospital. The nurse finds a number on the slipper and thinks maybe this person knows the patient. So she calls that number and tells the girl that her friend is admitted here. When the girl asks for his name, the nurse cannot tell because Ye Shu had no ID with him. When the girl reaches the hospital, she recognizes him. It was the same guy she had given her number to earlier. So the nurse leaves Ye Shu in her care, which worries her, thinking what kind of trouble she has gotten into. Then she gets an idea and uploads his picture online. Meanwhile, Shang comes back after checking all the emergency records, but still cannot find any information about Ye Shui. Just then, on the stage, the winners of Loving Show Season 2 are announced. They are given the prize money of 5 lakh yuan. Zhao was watching everything from backstage. She was sad, but at this moment she was more worried about Ye Shu, so she left from there. Then Zhao sees Ye Shu's photo on the internet. She becomes shocked. Quickly she runs to the hospital. There, that same girl was still with Ye Shu. Zhao thanks her for helping him so much. Then she leaves. After that, Shang comes again. He says that he found a bag and some documents from Ye Shu's car. They had Zhao's name on them. He gives them to Zhao and leaves. Now when Zhao opens the bag, she finds a camera inside. She connects it to the laptop and plays the video. In it, Miss Kugmia was praising Zhao's work. Seeing this, Zhao becomes very happy. She feels Ye Shu has done so much for her. Then she hears another recording. In it, Miss Mia is giving her tips. And then she asks Ye Shu, "Why is Zhao so important to you?" Ye Shu replies, "I feel lucky that I can help her. I want to keep taking care of her. This gives me real happiness." Hearing Ye Shu's feelings, Zhao's eyes fill with tears. She holds his hand and asks softly, "Can I kiss you?" But poor Ye Shu cannot reply. So Zhao herself kisses him on the forehead. She feels happy. In the next scene, Ye Shu is discharged and comes back home. He apologizes to Zhao. He says, "I couldn't come to the show on time. We could not win the prize. That prize was important for you." But Zhao stays positive. She says, "Don't worry, I will handle everything somehow." After that, Ye Shu goes back to his work, but he is still not fully recovered. He feels dizzy again. Just then, Zhao comes. She gives him his medicine. She tells him which medicine he has to take at what time. But Ye Shu says, "You don't need to take care of me like a child." Still, Zhao doesn't listen. She takes him to rest. Next day, Zhao goes back home. There, her mom had made special soup for Ye Shu. Seeing this, Zhao asks, "Why do you treat him with so much love but not me?" Mom says, "Quickly get into a relationship with Ye Shu. We really like him and his family." So Zhao takes the soup to Ye Shu. But Ye Shu was still not feeling well. Seeing this, Zhao starts worrying. Similarly, after a few days, when he recovers, she returns to her home. When she gets home, she thinks I should have told him. Then she texts him. Now, when Ye Shu sees her message, he gets shocked. So to meet her, he immediately leaves. But Zhao was very worried, thinking that even after reading her message, Ye Shu neither replied nor called her. Just then, she gets a call and she becomes very happy seeing it. When she answers, it is Ye Shu. Here, he calls her outside to meet, but Zhao refuses. Then Ye Shu says, "No problem, then I will come inside." Hearing this, Zhao quickly rushes outside and asks, "What is the matter?" But he tells her to come in front of him first. Now, when Zhao jumps the wall and comes down on the other side, he catches her and brings her down safely. Then he asks her, "Why did you run away like this?" Zhao explains, "My mom wanted me to live with her. That's why I came back here." But Ye Shu understood everything. Then Zhao starts leaving. Ye Shu holds her hand and says, "At such moments, couples usually kiss each other." Hearing this, Zhao stands in front of him with her eyes closed. Ye Shu kisses her on the forehead, which makes Zhao very happy, and she starts leaving again. But Ye Shu stops her once more. Just then, her mom arrives from behind. Seeing her, Zhao tries to free her hand, but Ye Shu does not let go. Mom then says to Ye Shu, "Zhao will soon go abroad for studies, so you both must have done future planning already, right? Because only loving each other is not enough." Hearing this, Zhao quickly takes her mom inside. The next day, we see Zhao in a meeting with her colleagues. There, boss gives characters for dubbing in a famous animation. Zhao is chosen for the main character's voice, while Yu is given the supporting character. Both become very happy hearing this. In the evening, when Zhao comes out of the studio, she gives this good news to Ye Shu. He also becomes very happy and to celebrate this moment, invites her for dinner. Zhao agrees. But at home, she keeps thinking, what if Ye Shu proposes to me at dinner? Later, Ye Shu comes to pick her up. He congratulates her for getting the main role. Zhao says, "I never thought I would get a main character's voice role so soon." Just then, the waiter brings a cake. Zhao first refuses to cut it, but then she cuts it herself and starts eating alone. She looks very funny because the cake gets all over her face. Ye Shu wipes it clean for her. Then Zhao asks him, "Now what is your next wish in life? Because you are already living such a good life." Ye Shu replies, "I want to become the partner of a very famous voice actress. Then he tells her to close her eyes. When Zhao does that, he shows her a chain. Just then, fireworks start in the sky. Yeshu puts the chain on her and takes her to the beach because tonight there was going to be a meteor shower. Both of them sit together to watch it. But we see that the fireworks and the meteor shower plan were actually arranged by Yeshu's team. Then Yeshu tells Zhao, "We won't be able to see the meteor shower because we are not in its range." Hearing this, Zhao becomes upset because she wanted to make a wish. Seeing this, Yeshu says, "As long as I am here, all your wishes will come true." Then he again tells her to close her eyes. This time, when Zhao opens her eyes, Yeshu is holding a ring. He makes her wear it. Zhao becomes very happy, hugs him while crying. At that moment, fireworks light up the sky again. She realizes that all this was arranged by Yeshu. The next day, when Zhao is returning home, her mom sees her and asks where she went. Chai replies that she went jogging, but mom notices the ring in her hand. She says, "We should meet Yeshu's parents to talk about your marriage." Zhao feels it's too early, but mom doesn't listen. In the next scene, we see Zhao going with Yeshu to meet his parents. She was very nervous. To calm her, Yeshu kisses her. Then they go inside and Zhao gives a gift to his mom and dad, which they really like. Later, all of them have dinner together. Dad starts talking very sweetly with mom, so she tells him to stop in front of the children. But dad says, if Yeshu has a problem, he can leave. I only care about my daughter-in-law. From this, it was clear that they had accepted Zhao. The next day, when Zhao is working in her room, she gets an email. It was her offer letter and scholarship. Seeing this, she becomes very happy. But before telling Yeshu, she stops, noticing that she only has 2 months left. Just then, Yeshu comes with a glass of milk, but Zhao doesn't tell him about it for now. Later, we see Yeshu's mom taking Zhao shopping with her. She gives Zhao her earrings, saying, "This was the first gift given to me by Yeshu's dad. I want this to pass on generation after generation." Zhao first refuses, but mom insists. Finally, she accepts them. Next day, Yeshu goes to his studio and tells everyone, "Because of some personal reasons, I am going to Japan for the next 2 years. During this time, the workshop will run in a limited way, but we won't take any new orders. Maybe we will even have to cancel some of the old orders too." Hearing this, everyone gets shocked and they try to convince him, saying that many of these orders are very important. But Yeshu had already made up his mind. At night, we see Zhao and Yeshu spending time together at the beach. Yeshu sings a song for her. Zhao likes it very much. Listening to it, she remembers all the moments she spent with Yeshu, how happy she always felt with him. Then she says, "Till today, all the days I spent with you are the best days of my life. Sometimes I feel like maybe I'm dreaming." Yeshu kisses her to assure, "Everything is real and beautiful." Then Zhao tells him, "Since childhood, I always did what my mom wanted just to keep her happy. In that process, I forgot myself somewhere. That's why I left the job my mom wanted me to do and started chasing my dreams. When no one believed me, I told myself I can do it. And today, all my dreams are coming true, and you are also a part of them. But I cannot leave the dreams I've seen for so long, and neither do I want you to leave your dreams just for me." Hearing this, Yeshu becomes emotional because he always wanted to stay with her. After that, Zhao gives the ring back to Yeshu. He accepts it because he knew if it remained with her, it would always feel like a burden. He says, "I will always keep this safe for you." Then they kiss each other. When Zhao comes home, she cries a lot. On the other side, Yeshu keeps the ring safely in the kitchen. Next morning, Zhao gets a call from Hua, the village friend who was working with Yeshu at the studio. She tells her that since Yeshu decided to close the studio for 2 years, many families depending on it are blaming Zhao because everyone knows he did this only for her. She assures Hua that nothing like this will happen. After that, she helps her mom with packing. But her mom only keeps food and snacks inside the bags so that Zhao won't miss home. Zhao hugs her tightly. But mom isn't worried because she believed Yeshu was also going to Japan with her, and she knew Yeshu would take good care of her. Next day, Yeshu comes to pick Zhao up from her house. While leaving, mom and Zhao cry a lot because they won't meet each other for a long time. Mom asks Yeshu to take good care of her daughter, then both leave for the airport. At the airport, Yeshu gives Zhao a keychain which he made himself. He says, "This will be like good luck for you." Xiao becomes emotional seeing it. Then while going for ticket verification, Zhao only verifies her own ticket, but doesn't let Yeshu find out. At the check-in counter, Zhao asks Yeshu to get her some coconut milk. While he goes to bring it, Zhao leaves from there alone because she didn't want to be selfish, even though it hurt him. She had to do this. When Yeshu comes back, he doesn't find Zhao anywhere. He searches everywhere and even calls her, but she doesn't pick up. Soon, his flight is announced because it was about to take off. He remembers Zhao's words at the beach and understands what she actually wanted. Still, he feels hurt by what she did. After this, we see the time skip of 3 months. Zhao is in Tokyo, working part-time at a restaurant, One of her colleagues asks about her boyfriend. Shay replies, I don't have any boyfriend. In the next scene, she is serving a customer in the restaurant. A man asks Zhao what time the restaurant closes. Zhao tells him the time and goes back to serve the other customers. Meanwhile, that man secretly clicks a photo of Zhao. At night, when the restaurant finally closes and Zhao is on her way back home, that same man comes again. He invites her to go with him to a pub on the weekend, but Zhao replies that she is not free that day. Before leaving, the man asks, do you have a boyfriend or not? Zhao shows him the chain around her neck and says, yes, I have a boyfriend. When the man asks why he isn't with her, Zhao explains, because I don't want him to leave his dreams just for me. And just then, from behind, Yeshu's voice comes, but my dream is you. Hearing his voice, Zhao turns back and gets very happy seeing him there. She quickly runs and hugs him tightly. Now, because both of them were together and also chasing their own dreams side by side, they were finally truly happy. With this, the drama ends here.